Do we regret it?
What do we regret from moving into a van? We're Trist and Kez and we travel in Old Gertie, our 36-year-old Talbot Express Campervan.
Well, we actually live in Old Gertie.
Yeah.
We don't just travel, do we?
Yeah. This is Old Gertie, our 36-year-old campervan that we live in full time.
1 whole year of living in a van. Oh, what?
Yeah, we've lived in it for a whole year. That seems mental.
A whole year, that has gone so fast.
Yeah.
But do we regret it?
Yeah, and what do we regret from moving into a van?
We have zero regrets. Life is too short to have regrets. However, that said, what this video is about, let's go for 5 top things that have surprised or we've learned from the last year on the road.
Yeah.
So number 1 of what we have learned from life on the road for a full year. This probably kind of only applies to people with an older vehicle, but might be interesting for some of you who are looking to purchase an older vehicle. I know what puts a lot of people off is the maintenance cost. These older vans are cheaper, but then does that mean they're going to suddenly break down on you and you're going to get a massive bill? So the answer to that is we will be doing a full cost breakdown of a year in Old Gertie in an upcoming video, but to just quickly touch on it, she cost us about £8,000 and she's cost us just over £1,000 parts and labour over the last year, which I really don't think is that bad at all. And massive shout out to Coastal Motorhomes. If you have a motorhome or a camper van, they are your go-to guys.
Yeah.
Every part they've sourced for us, no issues, no delays, hardly any waiting, next day delivery on part when they've got them in stock. So helpful, such knowledgeable guys.
Yeah, lovely guys.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things a lot of people said is, oh, you're going to have a nightmare with parts.
Yeah, and even speaking to like AA people, which is super helpful, where they go, oh, you might find a garage somewhere that's got them on the back of a shelf and they're dusty, and it's like, yeah, well, I'll just call Coastal Motorhomes. And
it's been so easy. There's been no issues with parts whatsoever. It's been a dream. Obviously, there were factors that we considered when we were buying Gertie, which, again, we'll talk about in another video. But yes, that surprised us. I think we anticipated possibly a little bit more. Also, we just didn't really know. We've never bought an old campervan before, so we were learning as we went, and now we've learnt, we can share with you guys. I would say possibly an older vehicle has things go wrong more often, but again, we're only basing that off a year.
Yeah, and our knowledge.
Exactly, and these are older engines, so parts will need replacing, but as we say, the more parts you replace, the newer the van becomes. So
to the point, it's not the same van at all.
Tune in a couple of weeks if it interests you for further breakdown. Also, hopefully this gives you a little bit of knowledge that it's not as expensive as you might think.
Point number 2, cheap campsites. If you've been watching us for long enough, we've banged on about the price of campsites in the UK. Some are eye-wateringly expensive. I looked up one the other day. If you want a cliff top view, I think it was £75.
Yeah.
How do you find cheap campsites? We'll check out this video where we talk about finding campsites for under £20, but we were amazed when we actually started doing full research of places that you could find for under £20, and where we are filming this video has actually cost us £8.61. We found them through going on websites like PitchUp, keeping an eye out for deals and discounts. We had a 40% discount recently on our way back from Norfolk, and then signing up to websites newsletters so that you get their little deals and discounts. So we're actually in the New Forest at the moment. I can't remember when it finishes.
Today.
Yeah, there you go. They had a midweek 30% discount. The campsite we're at, it was already fairly cheap, wasn't it? Yeah. Check this video, check the websites like PitchUp, with a bit of research that you can actually find campsites for well under £20. Rubbish, litter, garbage. It's extraordinary, isn't it, really?
Yes, packaging.
It's mental. Well, we certainly didn't think about it as much in a house. Bag up and take it outside. When you're in a van, you have a tiny little space. What we found is our top tip on how to deal with rubbish. When you go to the supermarket, buy all your stuff, take off as much of the packaging as you can, decant all your shopping into your van, and then take your rubbish back to the bins provided at the supermarket, saving you having to worry about that later on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a game changer, isn't it? We try to, as much as we can, find farm shops, but they use like paper bags. They have a lot less packaging, and quite often you can take in your own containers for meat, etc. Yeah, there's a huge benefit to shopping local in terms of rubbish, as well as supporting local. So it's like a win-win, isn't it?
Well, and then 9 times out of 10 you find that the farm shops are bloody lovely, aren't they? The staff are lovely, the produce is lovely, and you feel like you've made the best decision ever.
Yeah.
We went to Crow Farm Shop, yesterday, the day before?
Our favourite,
Yeah.
hands down.
I think we've chatted about how amazing the pork pies and other selection of goods that they do there, but yeah, they are the best pork pies in the world.
And they are just the friendliest people.
Yeah, really nice, aren't they?
So friendly.
Yeah.
And we were only saying this morning when we went to pay for our campsite. The staff at the campsite, the smile she greeted us with and just the welcome, it changes your day, doesn't
Yeah.
it? In number 4, I would say this for me is the biggest lesson I've learned over the last year of van lifing, is I think a lot of people get burnout or struggle in terms of mental health, because although this is such a freeing lifestyle, it's almost like a small child and someone's taken off the reins and you can just run for as long as you want and as fast as you want, but someone needs to stop you and you're the ones who have to stop yourself, because traveling constantly and constantly being on the move, you know, and I'm not complaining, absolutely not, it's a beautiful lifestyle, but you've got to try and keep up with yourself whilst also living, working, and if you're just constantly moving, it can become a bit of a mind boggle, and then you almost sorry, I just got sidetracked by some horses out my window. But it can become a bit of a mind boggle, and then you start to have this, and I don't know, maybe we're alone, but we did initially, once we slowed down, you'd have guilt that you're not getting out there and moving on, and
maybe we're mental.
Maybe we are. I don't know. Has anyone else felt this? That it's this guilt that you're not doing justice to the life. I've said this before.
Yeah, you're not doing enough.
Exactly. We did do a bit more of a video on this, which we'll share up here. Oh, so smooth. But yes, we did do a video on it because we decided, after hitting it hard when we first started in the first 6 months, we slowed everything right down. Yeah. And actually, we've probably travelled further. We recently went to Norfolk, which we have not been in the 8 years we've been van life. Although we've slowed down our travel, we're seeing more. Yeah. So yes, I would say that's probably the biggest lesson and the biggest learning we can share with you guys, is just, you know, if you don't have an end date to this adventure, like we don't, just enjoy it. Just really soak it up, take your time, and just immerse yourself in the reasons you did van life. And for us, that's being out in nature. We've got some horses.
Yeah, look, I've just got to show you. So why do you like van life? Look at that. We're recording a video and these guys are putting us off. But that is amazing, isn't it? Waking up to that.
Whatever your purpose, whatever your reason, stick to it. Create your own path, do your own journey, do it your way. People think van life is very much cut and copy and paste. It really isn't. There is so much diversity to how you can live, explore, enjoy this life. Do what feels right for you. Yeah,
find what works for you.
Yes.
And that might take a bit of time, like it did for us.
Exactly.
Like you say, we thought, hit the road every day. Wah!
And for some people, that might work brilliantly.
And in some places, we do like that.
Yeah.
But
we have a dog, we have a cat, we have a business to run.
We have a life.
We have to do normal functions like shower, and so yes, find what works for you and don't be afraid to do it your way. Absolutely, I would say that's the biggest lesson for me.
Don't feel guilty, just enjoy life.
As King and it would say, rule your own world. Point number 5. The UK is much bigger than you think, and way more to explore than you could imagine. We haven't even been to Europe yet, and we've been doing this full time for a year, and we are still discovering things we haven't seen, places we haven't been to. I've just taken over this whole segment, haven't I? I've left nothing for him to embellish on, honestly.
I think that's what we've learned through travelling every day, and then even more so with slow travel, that there is so much of the UK to see. We came to the New Forest in Leo, our old van, stayed a couple of times in places, but really went to Milford-on-Sea, didn't we? Time was money type thing. You know, we're here for a short trip out in the van, let's get going. And then what we found is, being on the road full time and slow travel, is that we've explored, well, probably just like a tiny percentage of the New Forest. There's so much more to see, but we feel quite immersed, don't we,
Oh,
in the New
yeah.
Forest. You get the idea of what I'm going on about. There's still so much for us to see. A lot of the east coast of England we haven't really delved
No,
into at all.
really haven't.
North England, Middle England,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's so much still for us to explore. We don't get to Europe anytime soon. We're not running out of places to go and visit. So yeah, don't necessarily feel like you just got to jump to Europe to be van lifing.
Yeah, I mean, don't listen to the naysayers online. I mean, a lot of people are saying, I know that the UK is harder to van
Yeah.
life in than Europe. Absolutely, I get that. But it's about diversifying your travel. If you're expecting to wild camp all the way around the UK, well, then that's just not going to happen.
Well, you're going to have your work cut out.
You are going to have your work cut out, you know. And
It's
you're
not impossible. It's just
no, it's not impossible. But I think
probably easiest.
that's the element where people say life is so tricky. But actually, there are loads of farmers' fields. There is Britstop memberships. There is cheap campsites. There are designated car parks. I read today that Scotland are doing a £40 pass for 12 car parks with facilities up in Scotland.
Yeah.
You know, there are lots of little schemes happening. It's about keeping your ear to the ground and understanding that, yeah, you might have to pay to stay in some places, but what you get, I mean, the New Forest is completely no wild parking.
no overnighting.
No overnighting anywhere, but these campsites are so cost effective. There's plenty of ways to see the UK. If there's anything you want to know specifically from, now we're like seasoned veteran full-time van lifers.
Yeah, we can say that now. Got a stripe, haven't we?
We want a badge. Someone sent us a badge 1 year.
Like a little star.
If there's anything you want to know, then yeah, let us know in the comments and we will jump on those and answer your questions. Because yes, when we were starting full-time van life, it was because of a lot of people out there already doing it that gave us the confidence and the knowledge, and we want to be able to do that for any of you guys that want to start want to start your own adventures. So yes, no question too small or too personal. We're all good with
If we
that.
don't like it, we just won't answer it.
Yeah, if you want to ask about pooing and weeing. But just
We do that.
Yeah, just ask any questions. We're here to help you guys.
Yeah. Check out our old videos. Go to our playlist. I'm going to try and break them down further to what they are now.
That's a good idea.
So yeah, check out our playlist. So that might give you more information. Check out our website, tristandkez.com, because we've got information on there about destinations, park ups, where shower in Scotland. DM us, comment us, an email on the website. So many ways to get in contact with us.
Join us over at Instagram.
Yes.
Head over to buy me a coffee. Yeah, we're everywhere, guys.
Yeah.
We're everywhere and nowhere.
And on that note,
We are making some big changes.
Yeah.
Because after a year of living in a van, you start to know what you need, what you don't need. I'm talking in riddles. Don't worry, don't fret. We are still 100% committed to full-time life on the road.
Yeah.
And half of our plans are something you've probably seen before. Half we've never seen a van lifer do
No.
as yet. So that's it. Kind of exciting and a little bit scary.
yeah.
But yes, before we jump in and tell you too much about that, we just want to be able to do a few logistics first, don't we? Evolving our lifestyle, I should say.
Our travel life.
Yeah, our travel life. Yeah. Intriguing or confusing, I don't know.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss another one of these videos. And until next time, folks, bye for now.